It begins in the shade, where every red coffee bean cherry is selected by hand.
Only the peak ripeness coffee bean cherries make the cut for the first sorting.
Quality starts with the harvest, gathering the raw coffee bean potential in bulk.
Strength and tradition carry the coffee bean harvest from the hills to the scales.
Every bundle of coffee bean cherries represents a day of meticulous labor. The journey of the coffee bean moves from the soil to the station. At the mill, the coffee cherries meet the first stage of transformation. Consistency is key, and the coffee bean cherries are washed as they climb toward the depulper. Precision sorting ensures only the densest coffee bean cherries move forward. The coffee bean is finally revealed, shedding its fruit to expose the seed within.
The sun-dried coffee bean is now stable, ready for its journey to the processing plant.
Every sack of coffee beans carries the signature of its high-altitude origin.
Automation begins early, moving the coffee beans from the drying floor to the transport line.
Manual precision ensures the coffee beans remain secure during the rugged mountain descent.
Tension and grit keep the coffee bean harvest safe on the road ahead.
Efficiency is paramount as the coffee beans move into the climate-controlled intake.
Leaving the farm behind, the coffee bean enters the gateway of modern industry.
The facility doors open, welcoming the coffee bean to the next stage of its evolution. The facility doors open, welcoming the coffee bean to the next stage of its evolution.
Every gram of the coffee bean harvest is accounted for before entering the facility.
Precision handling begins the transition from the truck to the coffee bean intake line.
Power and torque are needed to move the scent coffee bean bounty toward the industrial valley.
With the touch of a button, the dormant coffee beans are set into motion.
Technology oversees the journey, tracking every coffee bean from entry to exit.
Density is the true measure of a coffee bean's potential flavor.
Every single coffee bean is now prepared for its digital evaluation.
In the blink of an eye, the coffee bean is scanned for the slightest imperfection.
Safety and purity are reinforced at every transition of the coffee bean. The coffee bean is polished to perfection before it meets the heat. Moisture is precisely controlled to prepare the coffee bean for the core process. Human oversight remains a constant for every coffee bean batch.
Science ensures a molecular level bond for every coffee bean package. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Leaving the core automation, the coffee bean enters the realm of final precision. Precision is the final touch for the coffee bean before it leaves our care.
Every coffee bean shipment carries a mark of global excellence.
Security and authenticity are sealed into the coffee bean journey. Even in mass production, we treat every coffee bean bag as a masterpiece. Mathematics and light confirm the coffee bean is perfectly preserved.
Digital tracking allows us to follow the coffee bean across the world. Tempering the package ensures the coffee bean environment remains stable.
Presentation is paramount. The coffee bean must arrive spotless.
A final layer of protection for the world's finest coffee bean. We protect the integrity of the coffee bean name with invisible technology. In the lab, the coffee bean must prove its excellence through rigorous science. The scale of the modern coffee bean industry is reflected in this massive processing hub. Finish is perfect. Now, the coffee bean must face the final test. Integration begins here, where the human element meets the high-tech coffee bean line.
Contamination is the enemy. Every step is taken to safeguard the coffee bean quality.
Millions of coffee beans wait in these steel giants for their turn on the production line. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side. Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the Deep tissue scanning guarantees the purity of the coffee bean side.